In this class, you're going to learn how to make filhós, or filhoses, or malassadas, which begs the age-old question, which is it? Filhós or malassadas? Well, my friends, it depends on where you're from, but basically they are the same thing, especially when we're talking about the Azorean fried pastry, often made for Carnival, for Christmas, or for Easter, or just a wonderful afternoon with family. So this is a yeasted dough that in this class will be stretched into sort of disc-ish shapes. You can put a hole through the center or leave them as discs, and they're deep fried till golden perfection, and oh, they are so delicious. Of course, malassadas exists in Hawaii. However, that version of the recipe definitely evolved and is slightly different. It's more round in shape. The formula or the recipe is slightly different as it evolved over time. So while, yes, they are both fried doughs, this one is the Hawaiian ancestor, the Azorean version, which really resembles a lot of the versions you'll see on the mainland as well. This is one of the recipes I grew up with. In fact, the recipe you're getting was my grandmother's cousin, and she was famous in Northern California in her town for making these. My grandmother would tell stories of how she would come over to make them for our family before I was born. She would put a whole huge bowl between her legs on a stool. She would put all the ingredients in, all those eggs, all that lovely warm butter, milk, and of course the flour, and she would knead by hand, and my grandma was just so impressed. And this dough is incredibly wet and sticky, and that's what makes beautiful filhós that will be light and fluffy, tender and delicious. Each island or each region makes these a little different with different flavorings, and I try to cover as much of those variations as possible in the recipe. So whether you like them plain just with sugar or with cinnamon sugar, flavored with lemon or maybe some orange, aguardente, noz moscada, or nutmeg, I've got you covered. So please enjoy one of my favorite desserts, pastries, and now classes of all time, filhós.